Some victims' family members were also in the courtroom gallery watching the verdict be read, the not guilty verdict on all counts for Scot Peterson, that former school resource officer at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, including Tony Montalto, who we have spoken to here on LiveNOW, who lost his daughter that day, Valentine's Day 2018. This was his reaction. Let's listen.
What was going through your heart and mind when those verdicts were being read?
Well, sadly, we don't understand what you need to see to find people guilty in Broward County. There's video of former Deputy Peterson hearing the shots, running and hiding, taking up a position for 48 minutes, standing still while other officers rushed in, standing still while victims were brought out, standing still after retreating from the 1200 building where he was dropped off at. This was a court case regarding the law. The law is very technical. As you can hear the fine, good sportsmanship of Deputy Peterson and the lawyer's family as they cheer this victory. For our families, we still feel he should be haunted every day by his failure to act. I know that he contributed, I should say, to the deaths of my daughter Gina, her schoolmates, and their teachers. His inaction contributed to the shock and devastation of students and teachers at that school. His inaction contributed to the pain of our entire community. And we don't understand how this jury looked at the evidence that was presented and found him not guilty. Someday they'll be able to talk about it if they choose to. I'll be interested to hear what they had to say. But again, this case was about the law. It was not about whether or not his actions were cowardly. Many of us and many of you reported on the officer from Allen, Texas last night. We saw that officer run to address the threat, to take the initiative to go and stop the threat, even though he didn't know where the shots were coming from. That's the kind of action we all hope. And as far as school resource officers, despite the actions here of this failed deputy, we do support school resource officers. We believe that they are a vital part of protecting our children and our teachers at school. Stand with Parkland has said that many times. We will continue to say it. However, we need it to be an insurance policy that pays off. The basic technical requirement to be able to address a threat and stop it, regardless of the obstacles you're facing, is vital to all school resource officers. Deputy Peterson did not have that skill. He was an insurance policy that didn't pay off. And all I can say to the members of the jury is, I think your school should hire him to protect your children. You think he did the right thing? Please, reach out. He's probably looking for work, and he'll be happy to come to your schools.
We asked if, we had a message with him, and he said, let's sit down, let's talk about what happened.
No, bring me my daughter back. We'll all trade anything to get our kids back. The spouses that lost someone, they want them back too. And if that's not going to happen, why do we need to talk to this failure? He didn't do the right thing. He ran away. Despite what was said by the defense in this case, there's no excuse for running away. We watched him turn tail from that building. We watched him stand there as if he were a narrator, instead of seeking out the threat, stopping the massacre that was going on inside that building. Anybody who goes to that school and looks at the difference between where he was standing and the 1200 building will know there's no way you could mistake where those shots were coming from. We saw the video of children running from the 700 building when the fire alarm went off. But nobody ran out of the 1200 building. That didn't set off a police officer's senses. It didn't convince him that why is nobody running out from this building and everybody's running out from the other building? I mean, come on. We have to expect some training. I believe law enforcement officers have a tough job. I know most of them are dedicated. But clearly, when it came time, Deputy Peterson turned tail and ran.
You said that the legal case here was technical. I wonder if you think legislators need to consider a different sort of statute.
Well, you know, Stanwith Parkland has been known to change a few laws when we're not happy and we see things that need to be changed. So we'll get our board together, we'll look at this issue, and we'll see if we need to change the laws here in Florida to reflect the accountability that we should expect. There's no reason parents shouldn't expect a school resource officer to protect their children while they're